Hello my gorgeous little love bugs out there, and welcome. In today's video I'm gonna do a good old ranking of my recent makeup purchases. It's been a while since I did one of these, so I need to give you guys my final thoughts on makeup I have tried on this channel and off camera as well. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup, so if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Hello my little apple pies. I am ready to rank some makeup and give you guys my final thoughts on these products. I have tried all of these things several times and I think I have a good little ranking set up here. I kind of moved things around, went back and forth. It usually takes me a while to place things because ranking's not always easy, especially if you loved a lot of products that you've tried. And I feel like I've used a good amount of really nice products, and there are some okay, some duds, but I'm going to give you guys all that information, tell you all my thoughts, and give you a nice thorough review on all of these products. But before we do get into this ranking, if you're curious about my eye look, I did film it with the new Bellabar Cosmetics palette with Mjones, the Celestial Garden one. I think that video will probably be up before this one, so I'll link it below. I'll put it in the corner. If you haven't seen it, check it out because I'm loving this look. Loving it. I loved it so much I had to film another video with the look on. But anyways, let's jump into this ranking. So the very bottom of the ranking, the worst of the worst, and I've already decided to declutter it. I mentioned it in my mid-year declutter, but this is the Everyday VK Ciate London Setting Powder. This has such bad flashback and it leaves like this cast on my skin, and it kind of makes my under eyes look dry and just extra old, like not the vibe I'm trying to go for. And I use this in a like shop my stash. It's been in my collection forever and it's been sitting, and I was like, I'm finally gonna try it. And it could be that maybe it's been sitting too long. I don't know if setting powders really go bad like that, but I don't like anything that's just too white like this, and I had a feeling it was gonna give me a white cast. And I think I got this in like a BoxyCharm. It's not something I bought, but not a fan, so this is going bye-bye. I do not want to look ghostly on the face. Then the next product, which is not a bad product, it's not a dud or anything, but it was just okay. You know, I didn't really feel excited by it. It was just kind of like, that's how it made me feel. But this is the Pure 4-in-1 Tinted Moisturizer from Pure. It's an okay moisturizer with like a tint. It had like light coverage. It felt hydrating, but it didn't last very long on my skin. I'm very oily and this got super shiny, super glowy really quick. I do feel like it started to settle a little bit into fine lines. Maybe it's just a little too moisturizing for my skin type, but it was an okay, you know, tinted moisturizer at the end of the day. I could see myself maybe mixing this into like more matte foundations, especially during the winter time. I like to do more hydrating combos for my skin because it doesn't feel as oily during the winter time, but it's just blah, basically. Then the next thing in the ranking is this from Odens Eye, which this is their Solmane gel liner, but the metallic version. This does not show up well on the waterline, and that's how I usually like to use these. I just feel like it's lacking pigment. It's a little too sheer, and even like when I swatched it out here, it just is very lackluster. And I found some really good metallic liners to put in the waterline that have done really well and are nicely pigmented, but this one is just too sheer and it just does nothing for the waterline. Like you keep lining it up over and over and over and you don't see anything. So I was sad about this product because usually I love everything Odens Eye does, but this was just not it. Not it for me. Now the next products are also liners and they're not bad, but I'm about to tell you the reason why I rank these so low. So these are from JD Glow. These are their like little like graphic liner things. I have like a bunch of neon-y shades. I have this white one, this neon-y green, and I like them and all that, but I do have to use like a liner brush because the applicators in here are horrible. They're really horrible. They're super stiff. Some of the little stringies are all over the place, so you can't really get a precise line with the applicator on these. And the other problem is these are like cement on the eyes, okay? Once you put them on, it is so hard to get these off. And that is why it's ranked so low, because it is so hard to get off your eyes. And I don't want to have to struggle taking off my makeup at the end of the day. And I just hate that about these. I went in with so many different makeup removers and they still couldn't fully get these off. Like I had to keep scrubbing over and over on my eyes. I used an oil cleanser, makeup remover. I went in with like a makeup eraser, just straight oil, trying to get these off, and still I had traces left. I had to scrub my eyes to the point where my lids were red, and that's why I'm not a fan of these. Like I'm almost afraid to put these back on my eyes because of how hard it was to take off. So if you tried these and you know a way to get these off your lids, then please tell me. And then the next thing in the ranking, which is lower just because it's okay, it's kind of like the same way I feel about the Pure one, but this is the Keys So Care Lip Balm. It's hydrating. It's like, you know, average lip balm. It has a tint to it. It does a job at giving a little bit of moisture to lips, but it's nothing special. And I'm not even sure how much these go, but I'm sure they're, you know, more expensive than like drugstore lip balms. But it's just an average lip balm at the end of the day. It does not excite me. Doesn't do much for me. It's just kind of there. It just exists. It's not bad. It's just existing. Then going on to the other gel liners from the Solmane collection from Odens Eye. These are the opaque ones. These don't have any like shimmer. They're not metallics. These ones are nicely pigmented and show up on the waterline and they last. And that's why I had to rank these higher, because they're actually really, really good. And I just realized there's sharpeners at the end. What the hell? How did I not know that? But especially this orange one, it's so pigmented. And I have used this so many times in the waterline. It's like my favorite orange liner. And then this green one too is really nice and very pigmented and lasts very well in the waterline. So I do recommend the opaque matte ones. I would stay away from the metallic ones. They're just too sheer to really do anything, but these are actually really, really nice. Then I have this from LYS. This is their No Limits Harmony Bronzer. It's nice and creamy. It's a nice little bronzer stick. I do feel like it might be a little bit too dark for me because it's very, very pigmented. So you have to go in with a light hand because this can get very, very strong on the face very quickly. And I have a heavy hand, so I have a hard time going lightly with stuff. Like I struggle. That's just my, you know, entire life struggle actually. I think the formula is nice. I just wish it wasn't as pigmented as it was. So maybe I should try the lighter shade because this is supposed to be for medium skin tones, but it doesn't work perfectly for me. I love the powder version more than this one, but I still think it's good. I mean, it's creamy, you can blend it out, it lasts on the skin. I just think the pigmentation is a little too much for me, but I'll still use it. I just have to work on being a little bit softer with this bronzer. Then the next product is from NYX. This is the Wonder Stick Dual End Cream Blush Stick. I actually kind of smushed this end, but this is actually really nice. It's a nice affordable cream blush. So if you're looking for a cream blush that won't break the bank, this is a good option. Look how pigmented that is. And you get 2 shades. So you get 2 in 1 for a nice price. They're very blendable. They're super creamy. They have other shades in this line, but look at that. They're really, really nice. I enjoy these. I think overall these are a good product. I really like these. So they're not bad products. They're kind of lower, but because there's so many other products that I loved a lot above it, but it is actually really good. A nice affordable option. And they blend out really well. They last long on the cheeks. So those are nice. There's just a lot of other things I'm about to show you that I love. Then the next product is from Give Beauty. This is the Gwen Stefani line. This is the Hella On Point Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. This is really nice. It has a nice little fine tip. to, you know, be a little bit more detailed in the brows. I like the color. I have the shade number 6, and then it has like a little spoolie. It's a really, really nice brow pencil. I'm just not ranking this as high because brow products don't excite me. They're more like a necessity than like a ooh, fun, exciting product, but it's a really nice pencil. I would totally buy this again. I think the formula is super nice. And then another brow product is the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. This does a great job at lifting up your brow hairs and giving you that feathery effect, and it definitely keeps your brows in place. And I have long brow hair, so I notice most brow gels can't keep my hair up as long because they start to fall down. And I think that's just a struggle if you have longer brow hairs. But this actually does the job. It's just like a clear gel. And it just fluffs up my brows really nicely. I mean, this product has been out for a while, but it's really good if you're looking for a brow gel that will actually hold your hair up. And even if you have long hair, even if you have short hair or hair that likes to go the other direction, I feel like this would be able to keep them in place. Then the next product is a little highlighter palette, which I think is really pretty. This is from Glamlight. This is the Michaela Pot 2 highlighter palette. This has a bunch of dual chrome highlighters, and I love that dual chrome highlighters are in right now. Like every brand is coming out with their version, but it's really nice. They have one that has like a greeny shift, a violety shift, and then this one's more of like a gold one that has, I think, maybe some green in it. And surprisingly, I was able to use that as a highlighter. I was worried that it was going to be too dark, but I like these. They're pretty. They're a little bit more on the sparkly side, so they do dispense little sparkles on the cheeks. So if you don't like that, you might not like these, since they're not the most smooth highlighter. They're a little flaky, but I still think they're really pretty, and I love the glow that they give on the cheeks. And I don't mind if there's some texture to the highlighters. I don't care if it enhances texture on my cheeks. Like, I don't care. I have texture. It is what it is. It's there. I'm embracing it. But it is a nice little highlighter palette with some dual chrome highlighters. So if you're looking for, you know, a little dual chrome highlighter palette, I think this would be a good option. And I feel like it's more affordable than most dual chromes from like indie brands. And then you get like 3 options, but you know, you have to make sure you like all of them. Like, you have to like ones with shifts, because this has that violet shift, green, and then this is like a nice goldy one. Now, I feel like this one might be too dark if you have a very fair skin tone, but overall, I thought it was a nice highlighter palette. I like it. Then going on to Odens Eye again, I have the Solmane blushers. These are pretty. These are the Sunlight Love blushers. I really, really like the glowy ones most of all, but I thought the matte ones were really nice. The packaging, A1. I love it. I just want to stare at them all day. It has moons and all that goodness, and I love like astrology, moon, stars, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, that's why my earrings look like this, because I'm really into it. But I have a couple of the glowy ones. The only one that I was like, I wish had more glow is the Peach Gleam, because I think this is supposed to be one of the glowy ones, but this one has more like little shimmer specks in it. But the one that's really glowy is the one called Rosé Love. And I want to get some more of these glowy ones, because this one's really pretty. I love a good glowy blush. It just does it for me. And I think the matte ones are really nice too. Like this one right here is the Orange Sunny one. It's a beautiful like terracotta orange shade. Nicely pigmented, but not over the top. Blends really nice on the cheeks. It's nice and smooth. Look at that. It's a nice little warm orange moment on the cheek. So these are both really nice. I mean, I think they're great. Either the matte ones or the glowy ones, whatever you prefer, I think you would be happy with either one. And that's why it's like kind of in the middle, because they're a really nice product, and I really love the packaging. Then the next one up is also from Odens Eye in the Solmane collection. It's the Moonlight Feel Highlighters. These are really pretty. I also want some more colors. All of these have like color shifts to them. So I have this one that I got on accident. They sent me the wrong shade, but this is Lavender Dream. And surprisingly, I like this. Normally, I don't gravitate to purple shifty highlighters, but something about this is so pretty. And it's actually quite smooth. I mean, there is sparkle, but it goes on the cheeks so nicely. It just has a very buttery texture to it. And I don't know, I think this is kind of wearable, at least for me. Normally I don't like purple highlighters, but this is actually really pretty. So I've actually used this quite a bit on my cheeks. I'm very surprised. I'm happy that they accidentally sent me that one. And then the one that I meant to get, which they resent to me, was the Warm Sunshine one. And this one is a peachy one. And this too is so pretty. Oh, I'm just loving these shifty highlighters that are out now. This one, you know, I love even more because this is more like my tone. But it's like peach and gold and pretty and smooth. Oh, yes, 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 yes. So those are the highlighters that I'm really loving. And then there's another highlighter. I feel like I've tried a lot of highlighters and blushes lately, but I really love this one. This is from Fiona. This was from the Dragon Fruit collection. This is the shade called Tropical. This is an intense highlighter. Like if you want to be beaming and glowy and have all the shifty vibes on your cheeks and you want people to see you across the room, I think you would love this. There's another color too in the line, but I didn't pick that one up. I like the shift of this one, but you guys will see. Like, look at that. Oh my God, it's so intense. This is a space highlighter, okay? If you want to glow, you want everyone to see you, this is it. That's why I ranked this higher than the other highlighters I just showed you, because it's so beautiful. Sometimes I want an intense shiftiness on the cheeks, and I feel like I need to add them now. I feel like I need more shiftiness on my cheeks. Let's go into it. Let's do this. Like, oh my God. Like, look how intense that is. You don't even have to put a lot on the brush, and it just makes you glow so quick. Now, I might look a little extreme right now, but you know what? In my mind, there's never too much highlighter, so I'm cool with that. Then the next product in the ranking is a concealer from NYX. This is the Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This is really nice, guys. It feels like skincare under your eyes. It is very creamy. It's very hydrating. It gives, I would say, like light medium coverage to maybe medium. I feel like you can build it up, but I just love the texture and how it feels under my eyes. I just feel like I'm putting the most hydrating product under there. And sometimes I do suffer from dryness under there. And now that we're going into the winter and I'm going to start to get a little bit more dry, I think this is going to be so beautiful under the eyes. I know a lot of people love this concealer and it's really good. I love how it feels. It blends really nicely into, you know, the under eyes, and it brightens and hydrates, and I love that. Then the next product is also a concealer, and I discovered this when I was doing Shop My Stash. It's been in my collection forever, and I got it in a BoxyCharm, and it had been sitting, and I finally tried it, and this is a really nice concealer. This is from Dose of Colors. This is their Meet Your Hue concealer. This one has more coverage than the NYX one, but it's more of a satin. It's not as hydrating as the NYX one, but I love a good satin concealer, and I love the coverage that it gives. It blends beautifully. It doesn't like sink into my fine lines. It doesn't get cakey. It's just a beautiful satin concealer, and that's my favorite formula is satin concealers. I just love them. I don't want it to be too hydrating. I don't want it to be too matte. I feel like satin is like the perfect middle ground for a concealer, and it gives great coverage. I'm so happy I finally tried this. I can't believe I let it sit in my collection forever, and this is high up there. This is a really, really nice concealer, guys. You should definitely try this out if you haven't, if you're looking for a satiny concealer. We're at number 4 in the ranking. I didn't give you guys the numbers because your girl can't count, obviously, but number 4 in the ranking are these little quads from Colourpop. This was from their like shell collection. I forgot the name of it, but these are so good, so I put them in the same spot because I love them equally. This is their little Super Shot quad. So this is the shell, yeah, and the Midas shell. They're both beautiful. I love the Super Shot formula from Colourpop. They're beautiful and creamy, and to have like them in this little compact palette is wonderful. Oh, I mean, this one are all like blush toppers for me. They're so pretty. They're so creamy. They blend right into the cheeks and make my cheeks look so glowy and fresh and juicy. And I just love a good glowy blush, guys. And this formula is excellent. But I mean, they've been having this formula forever and so many people love it. And then these are the Super Shock highlighters. Love them just as much. They're creamy, they're smooth. If you do suffer from texture and you don't want to highlight that, I think these are excellent options because they're so smooth and creamy and they just glide on the cheeks. Like, they're just gorgeous. If you go in with like a packing brush, like a thick dense brush, you can put them on. You can use a sponge, you can even use your finger. And I love the highlighter options in here. There's this lavender one, peachy one, a pinky one, a champagne one. Just, these were so good. These were the best part of that collection. And then number 3 on the ranking, and this is a palette, but I didn't put it with eyeshadow palettes because it's a cake liner palette. This is from Glisten Cosmetics. This is the collab with Fairy Freak. This is amazing. If you guys are looking for cake liners and you want them all in one little palette, like you want a bunch of different color options, I thought this was so good. Now, I don't know if this is no longer available. I'm assuming this is a limited edition product because it's a collab, but if it's still there, this is really good. But you can also make your own customized cake liner palette on Glisten Cosmetics website. So you can totally do that, and then you can pick which split liners you want. But I didn't know what I wanted, so I went with this option to have one that was already put together, and I love all of them. Now, there's a lot of reds. That's the only thing that I wish was a little different, but besides that, formula is amazing. They're so easy to use. Put a little water on them and then they're like super creamy. They glide right on. And I struggle with liner. Like, I am not an expert when it comes to graphic liner looks and doing like wings and all that extra stuff, but these are actually really easy to use. And I got the liner brushes with it, which I might as well rank them right there with them. They're so good. If you're looking for good liner brushes, check out Glisten Cosmetics. They make it so easy to put these liners on the lids because they're like fine. They go to a nice little point. They're just really good brushes. So these are really good. And cake liners and like graphic liner looks are just so in right now. And it just really adds to the look. If you just want to take it to the next level, do some specialness like I have on my lids today. But I didn't use that cake liner palette. I used the one from Bellabar, which is also really nice. But then number 2 in the ranking, and I am going to definitely buy more shades of these. But these are the About Face Cheek Freak Blush Bombs. They're fucking amazing. I had to swear. I'm sorry, guys. That's how much I love these. They're creamy. They just melt. As soon as you touch them with your fingertip, the blush starts to melt a little bit. And they came out with the best color range. There's so many beautiful shades. I love this lavender one. Like, I'm just a sucker for a lavender blush, a mustard blush, and a red blush. Like, those are my favorite blushes, and I feel like the colors are so unique. But you just put it on the cheeks. It's so easy to blend these out. You can share them out. You can build them up. They're so pretty, and I've seen so many people love these, from like dry skin to oily skin like me, and they actually last very well on the cheeks. And then I have like this red one. Like, come on. These shades are so special. I love that they came out with more unique shades and not like the typical shades most brands come out with. But look at that. You can share it out for like just like that rosy, like you came out from the cold and you came in the house and you have those flushed cheeks. You can definitely create that kind of effect with this blush. So I'm getting more. There's so many pretty colors that I want. I almost wish I had bought the entire collection of all the blushes. That's how much I love them. But that was number 2 in the ranking. And number 1, I have mentioned this in so many videos. This is what I always use in my makeup looks, and I am so impressed with this. This is the Beauty For Real High Def Mascara. It is amazing, guys. Like, look at my lashes. I have them on right now, and they make my lashes look so long and dramatic, and I love the little brush. It has this teeny little brush, so it's easy to like grip your lashes, like each little hair, and go into little sections and slowly build them up. It works really well on the lower lash line too, and I just love it. And this is the reason why I haven't been pulling out falsies, because I feel like I don't need them because it makes my lashes look so long and dramatic, and it's so good. And they sell this at Walmart. I can't remember the price of it, but it is so worth it. And I think this is my number 1 mascara. Like, I really love the one from Nabla. I love the Rare Beauty one. I love the Thrive Cosmetics one, but this one tops the charts, okay? This makes my lashes look the most dramatic out of any mascara that I've ever tried. So definitely check it out. The only thing with this, it is on the more wet side, so you have to make sure you let it dry because it can smear. But I feel like wet mascaras work the best for me. Like the dry ones don't do it for me, but you just have to be a little bit more careful with this because it's more of a wet formula. But I love that, and that is why it's #1 on the ranking. Anyways, guys, that was everything for this video. You will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you agree with my ranking? Have you tried these products? What are your thoughts? I would love to hear from all of y'all. Also, if you're new here and you enjoy this video and you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot of indie makeup and eyeshadow palettes, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all the products linked in case you're curious and want to find more about them. I will also link any videos of mine that I have that I use any of these products in them. I will also have my makeup linked in case you're wondering what is on my face. I will also have my contact and my social media platforms linked. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. So if you want to check me out over there, join my Instagram fam. I would really, really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting me, loving on me, being amazing. I love you guys all so much, but I just hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world. And I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.